Hello, angel babies. Welcome back. My name is Trisha, and this is Trisha's Temple. I'm so excited for today's reading. We are going to be looking at how you can tap into your royal energy. First, we're going to do a little energy check to see how you're feeling right now. Then we're going to look at your natural royal energy, the essence of your royal energy that you may or may not be aware of. Maybe other people can see it more than you can, and this will help you to be more aware of it. Then we'll look at what is blocking your royal charisma, your je ne sais quoi, the part of you that is very magnetic. Then we'll look at what is already boosting or will help to boost your royal energy and how you can access it more fully. And then ignore this part. Last, we'll look at some final messages. Who is your royal energy helping you become? What is it helping you manifest? Or I guess, who is it helping you manifest, if that is something on your mind? Let's look at your 3 options for today. We have 3 pins. This one is Cinderella, Jasmine, and Ariel. Super cute, fun. Then we have, this one's heavier. This tiara that belongs to Rapunzel from Tangled. Third option is Rapunzel, Snow White, and Tiana. So take your time picking the one that you feel most drawn to. You can look down at the timestamps and see if a number calls to you. You could use a random number generator if you want to. And I will see you in your reading. Love you. Bye. Hello, Pile 1. If you chose Cinderella, Jasmine, and Ariel, then this is your pile. We're going to put this off to the side while we do your little energy check. I have a moon card for you. Your card is a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. What a beautiful card. You might be in a place in your life where you have been in a more receiving energy for a while, but now you are feeling more abundant and like you can give from your overflow, and you have a more generous, full spirit. That people around you may be in need, and you're able to give when before you didn't have as much to give. Perhaps you're returning the favor that before others were giving to you, and now this is your chance to, not in a like quid pro quo or that feeling of I owe them something, but just from this very open, heart-warm, I see somebody in need and I genuinely want to give to them type of energy. So if that resonates with you, then this could be a sign that this is your pile. We're also going to look now at your natural energy, which you get the number 8 and the card Strength for your natural energy, along with the card Snow with the words rest and contemplation. So these two cards together to represent your natural royal energy. It's saying to me that you have a really good balance to you, that your feminine and masculine energies are coming into a more alignment, and you're able to give when it's time to give and receive when it's time to receive, that you know your own strength now. You're coming into a greater awareness of when it's time to rest and be in that more Empress, High Priestess energy of tuning into your deep intuitive winter-like moments where you're contemplating on the meaning of the universe and going deep into your subconscious, meeting your shadows, and then the times when you're more out in the world giving and serving your community, that you're becoming more aware of also the gifts that you have, and other people are starting to notice this shift in you from being, perhaps you used to be a bit more reserved or less consistent. Interesting. Take it if it resonates. Somebody who maybe wasn't always able to show up even though you wanted to, but now you know your own limitations and you're not seeing them necessarily as limitations. You're just acknowledging where you want to give your energy. I'm also noticing the infinity symbol and feeling a sense of just overall in this, that you are very nurturing to yourself, that you've gained a lot more ability to nurture and respond well to people who are acting from their wounds, that you can stand strong in your own strength. And it's like when, if a child were to come up to you as a teacher or as a parent, as an aunt or other caregiver, that you would have the ability to respond to them with a lot of gentleness and grace. And you're starting to see the other people in your life through that lens of seeing their inner child when they act from that place of almost, throwing tantrums or, acting being overly reactive to a situation because you have met your own shadows. And you're doing it from a very, it's giving me this image of you sitting on your throne, just commanding a very naturally magnetic, that people are drawn to you as you're perhaps coming to you with their problems, coming to you with things that they have questions about, and you are able to discern for yourself when you have the energy to help them or when it's time for you to go back into that like rest and contemplation mode. Beautiful. I would actually really like to read what it says in the guidebook about snow. Oh, come back. Snow plays a variety of roles in the winter season. In a garden, snow adds nutrients, elements, and moisture to the soil. It also acts as an insulator, keeping the ground and plants protected from major temperature fluctuations. The peace of a snowfall invites you to release the stress you've been carrying. But snow isn't always peaceful. Snowstorms force you to sit still, shutting down activity and travel. Without your typical choices, storms force you to confront what you might have been avoiding. The snow card asks you to reflect on the past. Time gives you a clearer head with which to review these events. Snow can help you work through your emotions and see the past in a more balanced fashion. Trust what may seem like a slowdown because it could be exactly what you need to stay safe. Reflection. What good things can you carry forward in life? What could you release? I was noticing how it was talking about snow being an insulator, keeping ground and plants protected from major temperature fluctuations. I think that you have this natural ability to see the problems before they arise and plan for them, but you are not doing it so much from like a stressful, frantic place. You may have in the past, but now you're able to be a lot more in your strength, you're in your power, you're more grounded and pulling on the power of the universe, on your own inner strength to temper the fluctuations, to keep things from going way too much to any extreme within any given moment. That you see somebody responding in a very reactive way, like I was saying before, and you know how to respond to that. It doesn't scare you. All right, next we're going to look at what is blocking your royal charisma from you being at your full power. This could be now, or this could be just in any time when you might feel a little bit less in your mojo. Okay, you get the card, the Grindylow. All is not what it appears. Inner power illuminates the way. Well, it's kind of perfect. Okay, then I'm going to shuffle and grab a clarifying tarot card from the Goddess Tarot. I'm going to be using this tarot deck to clarify a lot of these oracle cards along the way. think that something that might be blocking your power is trying to follow external rules or expectations that might not be there. I was thinking of the story in Harry Potter where Harry thinks that he has to save everybody in the water. And if you aren't familiar with that part of the story, multiple people are kidnapped. We're going to scoot that one out of the way. And you get the Two of Pentacles. We're going to get one more. Multiple people are kidnapped or taken and bound, and Harry is worried that the people who are supposed to come and save them aren't going to, so he saves everybody. Or more than was expected of him, which on one hand could show be very noble and show like the strength of character, but on the other hand it's showing that he is taking on more responsibility than is really belongs to him. So maybe something that you tend to do, excuse me, I'm having a lot of energy moving as I'm saying this, is that you find yourself trying to take on more than is really yours. More responsibility for other people, too many tasks all at once, and that ends up throwing you out of this balance that is your natural strength. That you feel your best when you're in this alignment of, I can be on my throne and in my power, and I know how to rest when I need to rest. But if I take on too many things, it becomes I can become more frantic, and it can become harder to discern what's for me. And then we have the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords to clarify the Grindylow. The Two of Pentacles is exactly what I was just saying. It's like a juggling lots of things all at the same time. It can also be about making a decision between two things, or like having multiple, just having two options. And then the Seven of Swords can also be a feeling of conflict. We're going to look at, this is a new deck for me, look at the interpretations from this particular creator for the Two of Pentacles. Well, I landed on the Seven of Swords, so we'll read that one first. The woman is trying to carry 7 swords, but only 5 will fit in her arms. What was I just saying? As she looks over her shoulder, she hopes the sword left behind will not be used against her. Interesting. The ability to defend oneself in a difficult situation. However, energy should not be placed in recriminations, need for caution and examination. It can bring on a feeling of paranoia, possible guilt, and need to protect oneself. So when you are feeling a lack of completely being in your royal energy or magnetic self, you naturally, you aren't as caught up in your guilt. You're not as, you're not as paranoid, but maybe when you are feeling blocked or having something impeding you from being fully in that power, it could be that sense of guilt over something that isn't actually a responsibility. That you might be worried about these two swords that are getting left behind, but maybe they aren't actually yours to carry in the first place. And maybe you could actually put some of these 5 swords down too. I'm hearing. Okay, let's look at the Two of Pentacles as well. The woman juggles 2 pentacles. Completely focused upon her act, she does not drop the pentacles. The ability to juggle several situations at once, jobs, opportunities, grace and bounty, commerce and expansion. Reversed, taking on too much, time to concentrate on one thing at a time. Master these before expanding. So another thing that's coming forward is that if you have multiple things that you're considering right now for yourself, whether that's within your work, within a relationship, within moving, whatever situation you're considering right now between multiple things, this block that you might be feeling towards being in your full power is saying that your inner power illuminates the way. Your intuition knows what's best for you. And you might have outside influences pressuring you to do it this way or that way. You might have perceived concerns because you naturally have an ability to calculate how things might play out. So you might be worried, oh, like if I make this decision, then it's going to make this person feel this certain way, or like these chain of events are going to happen. And that might be true, but this block that you're experiencing is because you're planning so far into the future. So it's saying that if you pull back a little bit and focus on just the very next step, what feels good in your body, feels great, like the greatest desire of your heart, what would feel relaxing and rejuvenating and help you get back to that place of, I know what I want. It could be something as simple as taking a walk to clear your head. It could be writing down all of the things that you're worried about. And when you have it all written out, you realize, oh, I don't need to take on all of this worry. I can let it go. It could be any number of things that help you to create a little bit of distance from the worry instead of letting it swim around in your head. Okay. That leads us very nicely into what will boost your royal energy right now. We have this oracle bird, the loon, dreams, peace, and tranquility. It definitely seems like maybe you are getting a little bit out of balance in your masculine versus feminine. Like you were trying to carry too much whether this is now or in general, that you can tend towards this, and that to stay in or to expand back into, create greater access to your royal energy, noticing your dreams, your waking and sleeping dreams. Connect to those. Create more peace and tranquility in your day-to-day life. Little rituals for yourself that feel, I'm hearing the word yummy. So that might be something related to the food that you're eating or something that you're drinking, or it might be just the way that it feels on a sensual level. To just like really revel in how good something feels. Like, oh, I really love the way that this fabric feels on my skin. Being very intentional about the selection of the jewelry that you are putting on. That you are creating a sanctuary of peace and serenity in those like little details, and also basking in doing nothing. All right, let's clarify this with, let me create some space for myself. And clarify this with some more tarot. How will pile one boost their royal energy? Ooh! Ace of Cups. What a beautiful Ace of Cups. Got the sun leaking out. The beautiful energy, power, light. Maybe you enjoy fun drinks, or just drinking out of a fun cup. Taking a bath and turning it into a, oh, we got two more. Okay. The Five of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. You got a lot of pentacles up in here. Okay, so how you will, this is a perfect card for you, honestly. So how you will boost more of your royal energy is by allowing yourself to hold some of what is yours for yourself. The Four of Pentacles can sometimes be a card of like hoarding or of like holding your resources for yourself. And I think that for you, it means, while yes, there are moments to give rather than take, that you are becoming aware of when that is. The word that keeps coming is discernment. You're becoming very clear about which things to keep for yourself, whether that is information, resources, energy of any type, and and then the times when you do want to give it to other people. And that it's starting to shift from being about like, oh, I have to protect myself. It doesn't feel fearful. That you're creating an energy within yourself of, you just know where you stand in a moment, and you can recognize, oh, right now, for instance, something as simple as I'm hungry and need that resource. So it doesn't make sense for me to try to overextend myself for other people. I need to go and feed myself. I need to take care of my basic needs in that way. And this royal energy that you're creating, I'm actually visualizing you. Maybe you're somebody who enjoys planning parties. You're somebody who enjoys just giving to the people in your life. That you might be somebody who likes to give random little gifts just because you saw something that somebody in your life might enjoy, or you know that they're having a hard time, so you send them a text to make sure that they're doing okay. And that you're allowing yourself to do that not hold that back, not hold that love back. And you're also aware of when you're doing it from a place of oh, this will be like out of obligation, out of I need to do this because if not, that person is not going to be okay. Or I'm the only person in the world who has what this person needs. That you're allowing other people to take care of themselves and have a community that also supports them to find those resources outside of you, while still respecting your own love for giving. The Five of Pentacles, it can be a card of feeling like you're out in the cold and waiting for your manifestations to come in. It can feel like you have been moving through the storm and things are interesting. I just split the deck while I've been fidgeting over here to the Queen of Pentacles. I think that you are establishing yourself in more material ways and becoming a lot more secure in how you spend your resources. You're allowing yourself to use the money that you have to make your life better. That you don't have to stay out in the cold. You don't have to hoard your wealth like perhaps you used to feel like you did in the past. And this is expanding you into this feeling of, oh, I can live a more luxurious, beautiful life, a life that I've envisioned for myself in the little ways that I treat myself to, maybe getting a nice drink or taking a nice bath that I add some rose petals to or add a candle. I can add a little bit of magic to my experience, and that is elevating how I feel, from the way that I dress to the way that I carry myself to maybe even the way that maybe you want to change your bedding. That's a very specific message for some of you, that things that you perhaps were holding yourself back from doing or buying for yourself, experiences that you've wanted, that you're now realizing, oh, I can start to give to the people in my life a little bit more and feel really empowered in being able to do that, but also give to myself the things that I've been neglecting or didn't feel that I could because I didn't feel secure in my resources. Okay, last we're going to look at some final messages for who your royal energy is helping you to become and what you are manifesting, who or what. And the card that you got for that is the River. This really gives me the feeling of pouring more into your sensuality, your feminine energy. It makes me feel like you are allowing yourself to treat yourself, and that is the person that you are becoming. You are becoming the person and manifesting these dreams that you perhaps thought were beyond possible, beyond your reach. And now you're connecting with your royal energy, your magnetic charisma. You're tapping into your natural flow of energy. And it's helping you manifest. It's making me think of like a mermaid, like by the side of the water. She can sing, and the creatures are just like naturally drawn to her. She has this like radiant glow about her. And you pull in things just I'm hearing a plane right now. Things are moving just much more smoothly, much faster, without you having to do as much as you felt you did in the past. You're manifesting more magic in your life, more whimsy. Okay. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. We're gonna get one clarifying card for that, for these final messages. And what came out? The Queen of Pentacles. She wanted to be here. I definitely think that you are establishing yourself as this secure, abundant queen, that you are manifesting your wealth. You're manifesting your jewels, your crown, the material things that you have been wanting, whether that is a house or a car or the clothes that you want, the bedding, like I said earlier. And these material possessions that are coming into your world are helping you to serve from a place of stability and openness. That you're not just wanting all these things only because you want them to be a greedy person. You have wanted these things to not have to worry about money, to not have to think about it so much, so that you can give to the people around you more easily, so that you can just pop over to I ran out of space on my phone, but I'm back. You are channeling the Queen of Wands. You're sitting still. You're not sitting still and just sitting still and looking pretty. You are sitting in your power on your throne and magnetizing the things that you want the most with greater ease. I am very excited for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. If you have enjoyed this video, please like. Let me know how it resonated down in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out the links below. I have a free resource available. I offer personal readings and mentorship. I would love to support you along your journey. Love you. See you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose Rapunzel's tiara, then this is your reading. I'm going to put this off to the side while we do your energy check. I have a moon card for you. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So what I'm getting from this is that you are in a place, in a transformation of being able to fully express yourself. That you are moving away from a season of your life where you felt stifled, where you felt like your creative, go with the flow, dance to the beat of your own drum, show the world who you really are type of energy was cut off, whether from a lack of energy within, that you were feeling disconnected to that part of you. Having some energy move as I say that. Or that you were feeling like the people around you, that you were in an environment where you weren't feeling like you could fully express yourself. That your true nature wasn't really seen. So maybe you felt like, what was the point? So I think that your current energy, whether you are still going through that shift or you are fully feeling like you're on the other side of it, you might still have some lingering feelings of what does it now mean for me to step forward and fully embody my authentic self? Who is the real pile two? And what does it mean to be in my own energetic flow? So if that resonates, then let's find out, what is your natural royal energy like? You got the 10 of Swords. I was about to say 9. Which is an interesting card to get, along with the card Harvest, Determination and Hard Work. These two cards together, it tells me that you are somebody who has maybe in the past been more reserved, or maybe that is your natural state to just, you don't need to be the center of attention. You don't need to be you don't need to necessarily always have people congratulating you for everything that you do. In fact, maybe that in the past made you uncomfortable. But the 10 of Swords, I think that you are somebody who, you see the wounds of other people because of your wounds, and you don't want other people to experience the type of pain that you have experienced. You have gone through a lot of difficult things in your past. I'm hearing things like maybe like elementary school bullying, or just bullying in general throughout your life. And that shaped you. Instead of being somebody who turned those swords onto other people, that you might have become somebody who turned them on yourself for a long time. But your natural power, your natural royal energy, is being able to understand the pain of the people that you serve, of the people that you help. And you're turning this into your power through a determination and a hard work, as you've been slowly but surely meeting each of these swords that were placed in you throughout your life, and laying them down instead of turning them on other people, like hurting other people with them. You're now using them as this very intelligent, you're finding a really powerful way to communicate with compassion and clarity. Maybe you're a writer, maybe you are an actor, a dancer. that in some way you're learning to express the pain that you have experienced in your life. I'm naturally like wanting to kind of dance and be more fluid with my movements. And I think that that's something that you're doing with yourself, whether you are a dancer or not, that you are turning this pain, that you naturally have a gift for alchemizing your pain. And you might feel like it gets stuck sometimes, that perhaps you're not always the most eloquent, perhaps you aren't always the most graceful, or somebody who has the most charisma. That's what you think. But people are naturally drawn to you. It just looks different than the person who is loud or drawing people to them with being I'm getting two different types of people. And there's the one type of person who draws people towards them because they have a lot of really great stories and they're really charming and maybe they're really beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with that type of person. What I'm saying is that you are the type of person who has a more calming, peaceful, determined, and gentle approach to the way that you draw people towards you. That you might notice the person who's in pain on the side of, like I'm thinking of like the wallflowers, or the people who were otherwise not a part of the experience, and you were able to get them involved somehow, that you help them feel safe, that you would have been the kid who saw somebody sitting alone at the lunch table and you went to sit with them. Like that type of an awareness of the people who need support, and it gave you support as well. It naturally fuels you. And you're returning to that now, naturally. Which is creating this sense of power within you, of realizing I have always been this way. I have always been a very magnetic person. People are drawn to me. I do have this royal energy within me. Even if it doesn't always look like shouting from the rooftops. That's beautiful. Okay, now we're going to look at what might be blocking your royal energy from fully manifesting in your life, either right now or just as like in general, that there might be times in your life when this comes into play. The Portune, Summer. The glory of winning is heartfelt. Pleasure is shared. Interesting. Okay, and then we're gonna grab some tarot from the Goddess Tarot as clarifying cards to find out a little bit more about the first things that are coming to my mind when we're looking at pleasure being shared and the glory of winning is heartfelt. I think that something that might block your royal energy from manifesting is your desire to share your gifts with other people. That you might have an inclination to keep your gifts on the down low and hidden away, and just be a little hermit in your own cave, just all comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. It's just that sometimes that can block you from being fully in your power, and that it can keep you from really engaging in your and having the experiences that you really crave, whether you always want to admit it or not. That you'll go for long stretches of time, perhaps without seeing a lot of people or even talking to many people, and you realize that while yes, you are an introvert, and there is nothing wrong with being an introvert, it's a great power, that when you do interact with people, when you do share your gifts with people, that they are impacted in really profound ways, and so are you. That it fuels you and your creative drive as well, and there's a reciprocity there. What I'm getting from love and the Four of Pentacles, interesting that the Four of Pentacles came up in pile 1 as well. There are some common threads going on around knowing when to give and when to receive, being aware of when you might be hoarding your own resources, whether that's your creative gifts, your energy, your time, your actual money, and when it's okay to actually start spending that for yourself to make your life better. That sometimes we can get in a mindset of, oh, I gotta save. But what are you saving for? Or on the opposite of kind of that same feeling of hiding away from maybe even yourself, hiding some of the things that you're capable of, because it can be scary to face some of your own power. We can be afraid of success. We can be afraid of, well, what does that mean I'm going to have to change about my life if I go towards my dreams? So that might be blocking your power. And love as well, that perhaps there was some sort of pain that occurred for you in love, whether that's romantically or a family, a friendship, where your heart was broken, and that can make you want to protect your heart. And that can lead to you feeling blocked from fully accessing that royal energy, from having a sense that you are empowered, and that when you walk around, you can hold your head up high, that it makes you kind of want to shut down even more because of the pain that you have experienced in the past. It's so understandable to want to close yourself off, to shut down when you have experienced that kind of pain. I think it's important part of the journey to spend a little time licking your wounds, to spend a little time going through each phase of that grieving process and acknowledging, okay, right now I am a little bit more in the retreating hibernation mode, but I also think that you know when it's time to allow yourself to open back up. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you immediately need to go back out and date or, find a new best friend or engage in social circles that don't feel safe to you. But it can mean that, like, little by little, you can start to expand how you're sharing yourself, your light, your love with the people who you come into contact with, and allowing yourself to spend time in places where you will connect with people who vibe with you, who are interested in the same things, whether that's video games, writing, tarot, philosophy, whatever it is that you're interested in. All right, we're going to look now at how you will expand more fully into this feeling of your regal, royal power and energy. And the card that came out for you was the Mockingbird. Communication, humor, and reflection. That goes really well hand in hand with what we were talking about in what is blocking you. That the opposite side of that would be communicating, experiencing more humor and lighthearted things, and reflection. So maybe you did take some more time to reflect, or are needing a little more time to reflect, and get very clear on what it is that you value in relationships and in a relationship with yourself as well. Who it is that you are, what are your personal gifts that you can contribute. Because I think sometimes when we go through a pain of the end of a relationship or heartbreak in some way, in love, whether that is a platonic love, a familial love, a romantic love, that it can lead us to feeling smaller than we are. And to build yourself back up, that I think that that's a phase that you are in right now, is building yourself back up through remembering the things that you're passionate about, you're excited about, that make you laugh, that you could talk about just very easily, that when you were in a conversation with somebody, if they asked you a question about it, you would be excited. And that will help draw out that regal, royal part of you that just naturally helps you to take up more space in the room. And to see the ways that you can connect with the people around you by asking them questions about themselves, because you see a way that you are similar to them. You see how we are all connected, that you aren't some peon or low life. You have so much to give, so much to offer, and you're remembering what that is. We're going to get a couple of tarot to clarify that as well, those as well. This as well. Ooh, right away. King of Staves. I'm not sure what staves are. And the Queen of Staves. The pairing. This right away to me says that you are going to be more comfortable in your, and on the bottom of the deck, we have transformation. Yukimochi. This is a new deck for me, so I'm still getting familiar with how things are expressed. Okay, let's read about the king and queen. The king, regal, expansive, and energizing. The King of Staves is the epitome of the sun's power. He has the ability to inspire others to grow because of his enthusiasm. Dynamic, stable enthusiasm, mastery over business adventures, the ability to bring ideas to fruition, wanting to harness these forces but unable to do so. Someone who seems supportive. Oh, this is the reversed message. Wanting to harness these forces but unable to do so. Someone who seems supportive but when push comes to shove has already lost interest. Yep, I don't think that part is for you. Queen of Staves. Power and energy are held by the Queen of Staves. Like Freya, Her Majesty can inspire the creation of beauty through practical applications. Intelligence applied to creating material goods, business expansion, cleverness. A woman who embodies these ideas and inspires action. So again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. It can be the feminine aspects, our creativity, our sense of flow. I think that Staves is wands. What I'm picking up for you about the king and queen here is that you're finding a greater sense of balance between your own masculine and feminine energy, and you're also finding more connection to the people around you, a greater ability to connect to your expansive, creative passion, your life force, your excitement for life in general. That you might have felt very shut down for a while, and now you're returning to a feeling of, oh, I remember why I enjoy living, why it's worth being here, and these are the specific things that bring me into, like, fully into my power, and I'm more excited to share myself with other people because of that. I think that specifically you're connecting more with fire. I'm hearing the song Fire and Ice by Ellie Goulding. and feeling that you are falling back in love with yourself, or if you never felt like you did love yourself, you are establishing a powerful, loving connection with yourself. That this king and queen, they are counterparts to each other. They see each other. You're seeing yourself, and other people are seeing you as well. And that's helping you really expand your royal energy, that feeling of being at home in your own body as well, I'm hearing. All right. Finally, we're going to look at what it is that you are manifesting. How is your royal energy helping you become the person that you want to be? So you got the clock, and then we're going to get one tarot card to go along with that card as a clarifier. And what card came out? But transformation. And somehow I knew it would. That was the card that was at the bottom of the deck earlier. I think that you are definitely going through a big transformation. And it's interesting because she kind of looks like she's been like all curled up and cozy in her little bed or whatever, wherever she's laying right now. And there's something that is creating this transformation for her. So maybe you experience some sort of tower moment, and I think that your royal energy, there's something, goodness, I'm having a lot of energy moving right now as I'm saying all of this, that you have something within you that is propelling you forward towards this transformation, as well as some sort of external something or other, whether that was the tower moment of a breakup or separation, divorce, some sort of heartbreak that created that, and your internal sense of well-being is waking back up. And maybe you didn't even realize how shut down it was. I think that this is helping you manifest the version of you that you have always wanted to be. Maybe you didn't realize how different your life could be without the people or person that you let go of. And this transformation, maybe a lot of it has been in solitude, but it's helping you to manifest a community of people who see you and who value you, who are mutually supportive, that there is that reciprocity and feeling of giving from a full cup instead of feeling like you are constantly drained. I think that you are giving to yourself things that you never felt like you could before. And your royal energy is really waking up in sensual ways, in playful ways. Curiosity is coming back. You're remembering things from childhood that you used to enjoy. The clock is making me think of that you might feel like you lost a lot of time. And it's telling you that you haven't. It's telling you that all of the time that you spent in that relationship, in those experiences with those people or that person, it is part of what you are transforming, that you have that natural ability to alchemize. You always have, that you've always been able to turn your pain into passion, into that transformation. I'm seeing the butterfly, which is a natural symbol of transformation. That you are manifesting a life that feels so much lighter, I'm hearing less drudgery, less feeling like you're watching the time pass. And I'm also connecting this to aging, that it will feel less like you are aging, like there's so much stress on you that it's creating you to causing you to age faster, that it's almost like time is simultaneously slowing down because your body just feels better, you're feeling healthier, and you're also feeling so much like time is moving so fast because you're just enjoying yourself. You're not even thinking about it, time so much. You're manifesting a timeline where the clock doesn't have so much control over you. Things aren't so scheduled as well. The King of Staves said something about your like financial or business endeavors. And I think that that's also shifting for you as you step more into this royal magnetic power of yours, and you're accepting more of your natural creative gifts. I'm so excited for you, Pile 2. This was such an amazing reading. If you have enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. It all helps me so much. Check out the links below. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to connect with you more and support you on your journey. I also have a free resource available. I offer... Oh, okay. That word doesn't want to come right now. Mentorship, there we go. And I would love to support you. So thank you so much. Love you. See you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose the pin with Rapunzel, Snow White, and Tiana, then this is your reading. We're going to put this off to the side while we get your energy check card, which is this moon card, which says a win-win outcome in forecast, full moon in Libra. So what I'm getting from this is that you are experiencing something right now that might feel like you have to decide between this or that, whether that is between you getting something or another person getting something, or just between you deciding between two different options, and that it might feel like only one party can win, or only one option. You can only choose one thing. You can only have one part of what you want. And this energy is saying that you actually have more ability to experience all of it, whether it's all right now or that it's one thing now and another thing in the near future. That you're creating an equilibrium, interesting, within yourself and the world around you by allowing yourself to have the things that you want. That when you have that full cup, when you feel fulfilled, that allows you to then offer to people. Throat chakra. It allows you to offer the people around you more. It allows you to be able to give as well. Okay. So if that resonates, let's check in on what is your natural royal energy? 10 of Cups. And Cauldron. Creation, opportunity, caring. Yeah, from these two cards together, it feels like you just have this naturally, like, everyone is invited. I'm thinking of you like hosting parties or being the person that is like the more the merrier. You might be somebody who is just very considerate of everybody's feelings. That you have this natural ability to see when somebody's hurting or when somebody is not having a good time. And you have a way of creating an atmosphere around you where people that wouldn't normally spend time together necessarily feel like they are able to enjoy spending time together. You're the person who, I'm thinking of like different cliques from high school, like the jocks and the skaters and the cheerleaders, and like these different like stereotypical groups of people that you could bring all of those people together and they would have a great time because of the way that you gather people. That's a word that's really coming forward with this, that in like the symbolically, the kitchen represents a gathering. It's very like, this is the center of the home. And so you might be somebody who enjoys cooking. You might be somebody who is just naturally gifted in sharing what you make in the kitchen, whether that's baked goods or a nice home-cooked meal. But all in all, I'm thinking of a home that feels very open and welcoming. Like anybody could walk through the front door. That's like, you know, a friend or a family member, and you could easily, they would just feel safe to be there. That's the type of home that you want to have, or that you already do have. That your natural royal energy is one of gathering, is a big word that's coming. Okay, let's find out what might be blocking you from fully tapping into your royal energy. I just thought I heard knocking. The Sprite. All your emotions rise to the surface to be reflected and pondered upon. Right, and we are going to get 2 tarot cards from the Goddess Tarot deck to clarify. Oh, I did. There might be a message for you in that there might be something being delivered to you, or that might be a distraction from something that you are focused on that like pulls you away, and it might feel like it's keeping you from what you want to do, but it ends up being something that helps you break out of your, like, a rut that you've been in. Okay, the clarification cards for how you've been, or what might be blocking your energy are Fortune and the 8 of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is that you are experiencing a time right now, or this could also be something that comes up for you periodically as a block to this royal energy, if you are feeling more connected to it right now. And it's a moment where you're reflecting and feeling like emotions that you're experiencing aren't allowed to be there. And so you want to push them down or keep them locked away. They're hard to face. Alternatively, it could be that it's alternatively kind of similar, that you're walking away from something before you have fully allowed it to be released. That you might sit with something, reflect on it, ponder it, and then be like, okay, well, I'm done with that now. and not allowing yourself to fully release that emotion before you're trying to walk away from it. And it might be in pursuit of, you're like, well, I have to move forward. I have to go towards my dreams. I have to be progressing. I have to make money. I have to take care of this thing or that thing. And it can be kind of this like feeling of like a checklist, or just the feeling like I need to be productive right now instead of allowing myself to sit here and be still and to reflect on something. And this block that you might be experiencing is just saying that it's okay to take the time that you need for these emotions to come to the surface and be released. That your dreams, your ambition, your fortune, it's coming. It will naturally flow as you allow yourself to move through this emotional process, as you connect more to your flow of energy, which includes crying and being angry and feeling that frustration and disappointment that might come up for you. But if you are experiencing a block of that emotion, if it feels like it's stuck inside of you, then that might feel like it's holding you back from fully expanding into your power. You're riding on your royal bird towards your fortune, your dreams, whatever manifestations you have in mind. Now let's look at what will help you to more fully expand into your royal energy. What may be something that you're already doing, or you could do. Magpie: hoarding, distraction, balance. Interesting. The word hoarding has come up in now every single reading today. Distraction and balance. So this is telling me that what will help you to more fully experience the beauty, the abundance, the majesty of your royal energy is allowing yourself to use your material possessions for things that you actually value. That's what hoarding is telling me. To eliminate the distractions in your life. Things that you're like, okay, I know that this is not actually helping me towards the things that I really want to be doing. And it could be something as little as, oh, you know what? Like, if I cleared up a little bit of the clutter in this room, it would help free up a little mental space for me. Or if I turned off some of the notifications on my phone that I wouldn't feel like I needed to respond to all of these immediately. It could be something like allowing yourself to step away from a group of people and take a little break when you're at a party or a gathering of some sort, or even some sort of like workplace meeting, and just reconnect to your own energy. And that you are going to, in all of that, find more balance around where your energy is going, so that you don't feel depleted. That you're going to start to notice that you have energy for the things that you actually want to do. That you don't have to say that you're tired or that you don't feel well. For the things that you are excited about. And little by little, you're fine-tuning things like, when I wake up and do this sweet little ritual for myself, that helps me feel better for the rest of the day. And then you don't feel like you have to be so protective of your resources, that you're starting to spend them in a way that feels like it's expanding your resources, that you're investing them in yourself, investing them in the person that you are becoming, rather than from a place of scarcity or fear. Like, oh, I can't spend money on that because I don't have enough. I won't have enough. That you know now, oh, when I buy myself, this is just an example, like those clothes that lasted me a lot longer and that felt more like the version of me that I want to be, then it wasn't just a piece of clothing that I paid for, it was how it felt putting it on each day and what that did for my energy. That I was more excited to get dressed, that I was more excited and felt better walking around during the day, and how that influenced and kind of had this chain event reaction. And that's just one example. It could be with the food that you choose to buy, or experiences that you want to have. Okay, let's get 2 clarifying cards for how is pile 3 going to expand more fully into their royal energy. Live most abundant life. 10 of Wands. Okay. 10 of Staves, it says. Let's get one more. Ten of Wands. It often has a depiction of a man with like a bunch of sticks on his back, carrying it up a hill, like he's just about to make it there. So I think a message for you might be that it's okay for you to not feel like working hard is the equivalent or is the same as like working smarter, not harder, is what I'm getting at. Or that you can put down some of the weight that you're carrying and maybe just do one thing at a time. So that's one of the messages that I was getting from that, as well as if you feel like you are kind of like at the end of your rope or you don't have much left in you, listen to what your body, your spirit, your energy system is telling you, and kind of surrender if you can to that by resting in a way that feels more luxurious. And that doesn't mean like you have to go on some all expenses paid vacation to the Bahamas, or I don't know, whatever extravagance means to you. It could be something more like, I am going to dedicate 20 minutes of this day to myself and just fully pamper myself. And whatever that looks like to you. It could be that you have just been dying to read a certain book or watch a certain show or whatever, and give yourself some time. It's actually making me think of this episode of Gilmore Girls where Lorelai's best friend, now I can't remember what her name is, Suki, there we go. Suki, she is pregnant and she lies to her husband and tells him that she like has to work late or something, but really she is staying late at their inn, and she's eating chocolate and watching a show in their nice beds at the inn. And he asks her, like, why did you do that? And she's like, well, when I'm at home, I have all of these demands on me from the other kids and from you, and like here I can just relax, put my feet up, and not think about anybody but myself for a minute and just treat myself. So that's the energy that I'm getting for you, is whether you have kids or a husband or a wife or a partner, that you, to fully expand into your regal royal energy, one of the best things that you could do for yourself if you're feeling really worn down right now is to, and this is like an in general thing, if you get to moments like this where you're feeling really worn down, is to almost like lay all the sticks down and bask in the glory of doing nothing. Bask in the glory of treating yourself to a day at your home spa, or eating your favorite food, doing something that doesn't feel like it's going to take from you, but it feels like it just pours into you so much. And that really will create this feeling of a refresh, a restart, that you can push the reset button, and that you'll remember that you can always come back to that if you ever get to a point of, I've given too much of myself. Another message that I'm getting from the beginnings card is that you're stepping into a season, and that expanding into this, I don't know why I'm hearing the word saga, this era of your life is you're treating each opportunity that comes your way as a way, as an opportunity, as a chance to learn about yourself, but also you're becoming the student again. You're not expecting yourself every time to be the expert. That maybe in the past you've put a lot of pressure on yourself to know more than you needed to know. That whether you have a lot of experience with what is being presented to you or not, that you can go into it with a fresh slate each time and learn something about yourself, learn something about the experience. Like if you are a content creator, if you are a writer, whatever type of creations you make, or for some reason I'm thinking of like badminton, or like some sort of like playing with a paddle. That like each time you go in to a new game, it's like everybody starts with 0 points. And that you don't have to constantly be scoring yourself as if, oh, that person is an expert and I am a beginner. It's that everybody is coming into this experience fresh. That we are all having a new experience because we've never been in this moment with these versions of these bodies, in this season of our lives. So you're letting yourself wing it a bit more. And although you might be somebody who really likes to have things planned out, or you might like a bit more control, you're moving with more presence into each new moment. You're greeting. I'm going back to the like waking up in the morning and starting it with a sweet ritual for yourself that greets the day. You're greeting yourself with love and prioritizing yourself as well. That all of those things are going to help you expand and fully see your own royal magnetic power. All right, last we're going to look at what is your royal energy helping you to manifest. You got the card, the Forest. It's number 3. This card reminds me of the story, The Boy, the Mole, the Horse, the Fox and the Horse. I might be getting the order incorrect, but there's a part in it where it talks about how we are all walking each other home. And I'm actually going to grab it right off the shelf.
Un momento.
Can you see why? Similar image there. I think that you, like I was saying with your natural energy earlier, the messages that were coming through are showing that you have a gift for helping others to reconnect to their own power and intuition. And I think that you're manifesting more emotional and material ability. I'm thinking of like maybe you're somebody who would want to have like some sort of physical location or a way to host more people. Whether that's a home or I'm thinking like a shop of some sort that you could, a gathering place of some kind that would allow you to bring people together in that are the type of people that you naturally connect to and that would connect to each other, helping people make more beautiful, loving, supportive connections. This is the page in the quote. I think everyone is just trying to get home, said the mole. I think that you are manifesting with your royal energy I'm imagining some sort of physical location. Right now I'm thinking of like a cafe, bookstore, coffee shop. But whether it's in person or you're creating like an online community of some sort, some way for people to connect to each other. And it is manifesting more love and fulfillment into your life and into the lives of the people that you connect to. Okay, let's get a card to clarify and final messages for any last things or other things that you are manifesting with your royal energy, who you're becoming. I'm actually really wanting to read what it says about the forest for you. So we might do that as well. Is the card going to come out? There it is. The Six of Staves. That's perfect. I think that you're going to also be receiving more recognition, and you're manifesting I heard welcome party. So while you might normally be the one in the background making it all happen, you might be the one who is throwing the party if that's something that you enjoy doing, being the host or hostess, that maybe you don't always receive the gratitude, the accolades, just the recognition that you really deserve, and that you're going to start receiving that through like material wealth. It could be through people actually coming up to you and showing their appreciation through their words, saying, you know, like, this thing that you did, I'm so grateful for it. It really made a difference in my life. It could be through actual awards if there's something that you've been working really hard on. Okay. I'm going to read this Forest card. Moment of guidance. Be the pupil before becoming the guide. It's funny that we were talking about you returning to being the student. As you encounter an enchanted forest, you start to feel the need to find guidance. Accepting you don't know everything is a humbling part of your journey. Now search around you and rely on the wisdom of the people who love you, especially your elders. Honor their words. Even if you feel you can make your own decisions, it is important to stay open for guidance. Listen to their advice. Any burden becomes less heavy when you can share it with someone. However, don't make the mistake of putting anyone on a pedestal. Remember, they are human as well, and we are all simply learning. With time, you'll learn to be your own guide and follow your intuition, but that wisdom will come with time and patience. Now it's the time to learn and trust. I think that you are manifesting more of that wisdom, more ability to know when to trust yourself and know when to seek help. That you recognize that your intuition supersedes all other opinions, but it's also okay to ask for help especially when you don't have as much experience with whatever it is that you're facing. And even if you do, that you don't have to do everything by yourself. It's okay to delegate. It's okay to reach out and have people support you. And I think that you're manifesting right now, and you're becoming the person that people want to support. You're becoming a person who has people behind them who are people that you can trust, people that you can call on and ask for help, and you know that they're going to do a good job. That you're building a community and a support system, a team that knows your vision and how to make it come into your 3D reality. That you don't feel so much like it's all riding on you to make sure that every box is checked, every detail is seen to, because you know that you have however many people it is behind you taking care of the things that they are the master of. They're all the masters of their craft as well. This is beautiful, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. These are the messages that I have for you today. If you have enjoyed, please like, comment what resonated, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you around. If you would like more support on your journey, I offer tarot readings that are very personal and mentorship, as well as a free resource. And I would really enjoy connecting with you. Thanks so much for being here. Love you. Bye.